Hello friends, welcome to our Dr. Vet channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professional Head, Veterinary Medicine. We have already seen three parts of important disease, hemoptysis. We conclude with this disease, part 4. In this, we will study diagnosis, differential diagnosis, treatment, prevention and control of hemoptysis. It is a nematodal disease and endoparasitic disease. We learn here diagnosis. Already I have told you diagnosis here and there in different slides, previous slides also. Clinical signs, edema, diarrhea, anemia, sudden death, that already we have seen in the previous slide in detail clinical findings. But clinical findings are not always diagnostic because many parasites, nematode and cystode, they cause parasitic gastroenteritis, and this parasite is also an important cause of parasitic gastroenteritis. So they produced almost nearly similar symptoms, parasitic gastroenteritis. We have already studied the clinical pathology in detail, how to diagnose the disease with the help of laboratory. It is very easy to diagnose it, there is no confusion at all. We have already studied the postmortem examination, that we have to look mainly the pathology of the abomasum and its resultant effect in the body, presence of adult parasites and abomasitis, characteristic signs. Already we have seen in detail. Fecal examination. With the eggs, we cannot differentiate. There are several other nematodal species, but a similar type of the morphology of the eggs. Egg per gram is also diagnostic, also at the same time very much important for planning and scheduling the deworming program and treatment. These adult parasites, they are the prolific egg layer. Fecal culture, if the clinician want to diagnose and specify the parasite, then we have already studied a FAMACHA technique in detail, that is very much useful for the farmer, that different pink colors on the FAMACHA card is compared with the pink color of the conjunctiva. The anemic effect produce various colors of the pink color of conjunctiva, right from normal pink to a faded pink. It is graded into 5 points. This important technique developed in Western countries, some France or Czechoslovakia, and they are using, their farmers are using for the diagnosis as well as for planning treatment and deworming program. So this technique is very important for the farmers. Differential diagnosis. Many nematode parasites, they produce parasitic gastroenteritis, almost similar symptoms. And here three nematode parasite disease mentioned here: osteoarthritis, trichotillomatosis, and hookworm disease. They produce similar symptoms. So they can be differentiated by further laboratory help, culture of the larva, and various pathological lesions in various parts of the gastrointestinal tract. Protozoal disease, babesiosis, is produce anemia, but this disease babesiosis can be confirmed by examination of the blood smear. There are pyriform pairs of Babesia organism inside the RBC. Confirmation. Coccidiosis also produce diarrhea, emaciation, dysentery, blood in feces. Again, by examination of the fecal sample, one can find the oocyst in the feces for the confirmation of coccidiosis. Anaplasmosis, especially Anaplasma marginal, also causes severe anemia, but examination of blood smear Anaplasma marginal shows a dot-like blue color body on the margin of the RBC. That is a confirmation for the anaplasmosis. Anthrax, also all of a sudden death, that can be confirmed by blood smear examination and oozing of the dark red colored fluid from external opening of the animals. Enterotoxemia also causes severe diarrhea, dysentery, and death. This bacterial disease can be differentiated by demonstration of type of toxin in the blood and by culture, fecal culture shows the organisms. Snake bite also causes the sudden death, but snake bite diagnosed by looking to the site of bite. If it is a poisonous snake, then there are two rows of small bites on the skin, and there are two main large pores that are the bitings of the fang, that is fang mark, suggest the poisonous or non-poisonous snake. Lightning stroke also causes sudden death. So fecal culture is negative, but lightning stroke characteristic sign is there is signing of singeing of the hair in a tree pattern, burning of the hair in a tree pattern, that is called singeing of the hair, burning of the hair. At the same time, the season, this occurs in thunderstorm season, guided by thunderstorm. So by this way, one can differentiate this. There are other diseases also which manifest diarrhea, dysentery, anasarca, severe anemia. This requires laboratory help for the differentiation. Treatment of hemochromatosis, regular treatment with broad spectrum anthelmintic. Now, highly effective drugs are also available and they are broad spectrum. So, not only it will help to prevent and control the treatment of the hemochromatosis, but at the same time, other ones are also controlled. But here, one thing is that frequent changing of drug at regular interval to avoid development of the drug resistance. If the drug resistance is developed, the drug is not effective. So this is important. Frequent changing of drug. The benzamidal group compounds, albendazole, fenbendazole, mebendazole, and others are also effective. Morantel, pyretel, these are also a broad spectrum anthelmintic, highly effective for the treatment of hemochromatosis. Levamisole is also a anthelmintic, broad spectrum, highly effective. Now here one thing important is that late winter treatment remove hypobiotic larva to reduce the parasitic burden. This is important. What is hypobiotic larva? Hypobiotic larva is a arrested development. There is no development. The larva remain dormant, arrested development. the larva remain dormant, no development. It is a stage of parasite that is a larval dormancy. Larva remain dormant, idle. The parasite larva escape the harsh environment condition. So when there is environment condition is not favorable, the larva remain dormant. Now where they remain dormant? By remaining in the wall of the abomasum. They embed deeply and remain dormant in the abomasal wall when environment is not favorable. This is natural condition. So to remove this dormant condition, late winter treatment is helpful to remove this dormant larva, hypobiotic larva, to reduce the parasitic burden, because parasitic burden must be reduced. Otherwise, anytime it can flare up when the favorable condition is available. Prevention control is also equally important with the help of regular treatment. Good nutrition is also very much helpful, because these parasite hemoncausis that causes a great nutrition drain. So if good nutrition is given, that decreases the susceptibility to this disease. And when disease occur, the animal remain energetic and vital. Not much effect of the disease. Regular treatment is given to keep away the harmful parasites, not only Haemococcus, but the other parasite also reduce the vitality of animal and invite the other bacterial as well as parasitic disease. Use of sustained drug compounds. The drug compound which are sustained, which is slowly released into the body and there is slowly excretion. So they have a persistent protective effect for a long period. So sustained drug compound that can protect the animal during the danger period. So these drugs are also equally important. Drugs are disophenol, moxidectin, closental. They are the long sustained drug compounds. Grazing management is also equally important. Avoid overcrowding, because when the overcrowding is there, overcrowding is a stress. At the same time, the animals are coming in more contact. So transfer of disease is fast. Grazing management, alternate grazing of the animals. Grazing management is also equally important. Continue with the prevention and control. Rotational grazing. There should be separate grazing of young animals and adults, because young animals are more susceptible. They pick up the infection very fast. So there should be separate grazing. Avoid grazing on wet, moist, and water lodging places, because these are the favorable for the parasites, and parasites are more there in comparison to dry places. Frequent treatment with broad spectrum anthelmintic that reduce the load. At the same time, it develops the drug resistance. So frequent changing of the drug is also important. Spraying of urea on plants and on soil that kill the larva, that can control the parasitic burden. Vaccination by irradiated L3 larva and its sitting fluid is also great help in protecting the animals during danger period. We have already studied the self-cure phenomenon. Without treatment, there is automatic cure. that automatically the adult Haemonchus worms are thrown out from the body, and that is due to four reasons. One is this ankylostoma induces hypersensitive reactions, immediate hypersensitive reaction, allergic reaction that causes voiding of the adult worm. Second thing, that antigen elicits antibody production, so that also help in expulsion of the worms. These worm causes increased pH of the GI tract, that also helps in expulsion of the worms. These worms, because of the inflammation and irritation, that increases the peristaltic movement, and these worms are expelled very fast from the GI tract. Due to these several reasons, there is self-cure phenomenon, automatic expulsion of the worm burden from the GI tract without treatment. That is self-cure phenomenon. Friends, with this we conclude the information on hemoncosis. Requested to share this information to the veterinarians, veterinary students. Please subscribe the channel and observe the channel so that channel can flourish and you get more and more information, such information. Thank you very much for observing this video. Next time we'll come with another videos on another disease. Thanks.